Norene Murphy telling Juanita happy birthday. Okay. Talk.
Juanita, happy birthday. I want to tell you one time I remember you and I were going to go shopping and you asked Frosty to give you some money. He handed you $2 and you threw it at him in his face and said, I'll write a check and I'll get 200 instead of $2.
Frosty wasn't tight, was he?
Yeah, she and I were going shopping.
Okay,
And
well,
I remember you saying that old mugs don't smell, don't stink. Old Mugs was her dog. And she smelled so bad it just knocked you down when you go in your house, but you didn't think she smelled. Yeah, I don't think you bathed her, but she was a pretty dog, but she was stinky.
she's stinky. How old were you when you met Juanita?
Huh?
How old were you when you met Juanita?
Well, I met her when BG and I married, or before we married. When did we marry?
I don't know. You were 28,
I know, but I can't call it.
but you were 28, right?
My marriage license is it's in the book that Juanita's got.
Okay.
We were married in Odessa.
Yeah.
I had some friends, Henry and Mara LaFoon were good friends of ours, and they asked me and VG to go with them to Odessa one day. And on the way over there, BG said, when we're going to get married today, and I said, well, you have not proposed to me. He said, well, you are going to marry me, aren't you? We hunted up a preacher that we knew that lived in Odessa. He was a Baptist preacher, but we both knew him, and he performed. We got the license, and he performed the wedding ceremony at the parsonage in Odessa.
Well, cool.
And the next morning, or that night, Miss Chaney, anyway, Dutch and Earl saw in the paper that we had married, and they called Miss Chaney and told her that BG and I were married. She said, well, thank the Lord.
Well, that's good. She liked you, huh?
Yeah. I always wore hats. I like to wear hats. She made fun of me for hats. One time I went and she had made noodles and fried chicken and everything, and as they passed the dishes around, I took some. When I got my plate full, she came around and picked it up and started passing it for people to take. I had it so full. She wanted them to take some off of my plate.
Because you had too much, huh?
Yeah. And she taught me how to make noodles.
And you taught me how to make noodles.
Yeah. And I taught Benny how to make noodles. And Benny made them as long as she was home.
Yeah.
And every time the Methodist church would have a dinner, she'd make noodles. And Don and Virginia would take them home. One time she made a big pot of noodles, and one of the ladies at the church called Benny and said, Benny, we've lost your bowl with noodles in it. I can't find it anywhere. Benny said, I know where it is. Don Chaney's got it. He took it home. And she'd make noodles and he'd take it home.
Reminded him of his mother.
Huh?
Reminding him of his mother.
Yeah.